What's up, everybody? It's your boy Devon, aka Serpent20, your favorite gamer entertainer. Uh, About to bring you this video real quick. It's been a while since I made a video in this format, but I figured this way I can actually tell you guys about um, on this video's topic with more focus. Now, not too while ago, I was guest starred in the podcast. Shout out to N Duo and all of them for having me. They welcome me with open arms. I appreciate it. Um, but one of the random talks that he had on his channel, whatever. Um, we got around to talking about the gaming events and stuff like that. But we respected each other's opinions, and I'm totally down with that. But this is going to be on more on my take and how I really truly feel about today's topic right now. I've been seeing a lot of feedback regarding to E3 and whatnot, and some of them were positive, some of them were negative, and so yeah, I just wanted to give out my overall thoughts on why I believe events like E3 and Gamescom and Tokyo Game Show are basically the top three gaming events of the year, at least in my opinion. Everybody has the right to their own opinion. Everybody can agree, anybody can disagree, but at the end of the day, it's my opinion. Now, I was told that E3 is not as big as it used to be, which yes, I can totally agree with that. But at the same time, it's very, very vital. And what I mean by vital, I mean it's vital for, I should say, more for the on the business side rather than us consumer side. Um, it's a bigger push. It's a bigger wave of marketing their products, whether it's a new console, whether it's a new game, whether it's a new trailer for an upcoming game. You have to get the word out somehow, some way. Now, I did a few E3 videos like a couple of years ago. My overall views and thoughts and what I think who won E3, like 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 a little you know contest, but didn't take it to like super extreme. Basically the conferences and what I thought about them, and and gave you guys my best overall score based on what they shown us as viewers, and what they also brought to the table. Now, E3 for America, Gamescom for Europe, and Tokyo Game Show for Japan. Those three by itself is basically the biggest events, you know. Now, compared to the other ones, like I don't know, like PAX East or GDC, like not to like shun them to the side, because those are equally important as well. But I'm just talking about, this is basically our Super Bowl or Mardi Gras of gaming related topics, as far as what's new, what's hip, what's coming out in the next couple of months to a year, or that day. Like those those top three I just mentioned, E3, Gamescom, Tokyo Game Show, those three are going to be the ones that pushes the envelope, because everybody's going to sit around to watch that and see what's coming, what's going to happen, and what's basically new, what people are going to be looking forward to, so they can invest in the money now. If there's a game or there's a product that comes out during the holiday season, at least they know that they have money for it. For people who don't have big incomes like that, people can actually save up within between June and then to go and actually save up the money and go and get whatever it is. Now, what brought this up is basically what Nintendo decided to do. Now, for people that don't know me or people that didn't understand about me when it came to Nintendo, listen, been gaming since the 80s, right? Nintendo, the original Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES, was my very first console. It was the console that drove me into gaming today, right? I'm not taking nothing away from Nintendo. I am still somewhat of a fan, but just not up to par with their recent console, I should say. I bought a Wii, but it was late, dummy late when I bought that. And then I was looking forward to the Wii U based on the Zelda game. But now since the Zelda is also going to come on the NX, again, it stopped me from actually getting the Wii U because I was waiting for that for the entire time. So now that we know it's going to be a cross-platform buy, why get the Wii U? And now that they're saying that they're not gonna introduce their newest console on E3 floor, and the only thing they're going to be showing there is the actual Zelda game, which I'm going to assume is going to be the Wii U version and not the NX version. And I have to admit, like, all right, for a while you haven't been doing E3 per se. You had your own little sideline, Nintendo Direct, Nintendo Treehouse. All right. Now, for those who wanted to, basically shit on them for doing that, but listen, a lot of companies now are like to do that, but at least they do it around E3's week, E3 week, I should say, because it's usually between Mondays and Thursdays that they drop the big three, the top five companies, and they talk, they have their little keynotes. But listen, for the very first time that you're trying to come back into the E3 spotlight per se, you're not going to show your newest console. You're not even going to give us a little hint of what it is. You're not even going to throw a little patent out there or some kind of prototype or anything of that sort, like to get people into it. Now, back when I had when I was on the podcast a few days ago, now, like, I don't know if we were joking back and forth, but I know we were getting into a little debate, which was cool. Like, I like getting into debates. Debates are awesome to me. As long as me and the people that I'm talking to can get to a mutual understanding of each other's points while still backing up our own opinions and back it up with actual facts, which we did. And to me that was awesome. But they kind of I felt like we was at a little disagreement where it came to that they felt like Nintendo didn't need to show off their new console, especially on the E3's platform stage now. And I'm like, but in my thoughts about this though, right? I'm just gonna lean it more on me. You have to show them something because this is what happened during the Wii U's life cycle, right? Because people did not know what Wii U was. People thought Wii U was an extension of the actual Wii due to the friggin' name, due to the fact that y'all wasn't marketing it right, due to the fact that uh yeah, there was not enough word of mouth, you know what I mean? And because of y'all guys lacked of E3, you guys didn't. I don't think y'all. If I remember correctly, someone please correct me if I'm wrong. Whoever watches this video, but I could have sworn that they didn't even talk about it at all during Tokyo Game Show, which was supposed to be where their home at. You know, that's where their home is. Tokyo, Japan itself. You guys didn't even talk about it then, at least as far as my knowledge goes. Now, people can correct me if you actually have facts, and I will, I will renege those points. Now, just to verify once again, they're not showing their newest console on the on E3 stage. I'm just hoping if we're not getting it at E3, we're gonna at least get it at Tokyo Game Show. At least like because since E3 is in June, and I believe Gamescom is around August, and TGS should be like end of September, early October, around that area. So at least you have at least from now to 4 months to at least try to show us something in between these three, well, two gaming events. Is you're not showing it at three. You at least got Gamescom, which I doubt they're gonna show it there. If they even attempt to even go to this one, and then definitely Tokyo Game Show, which this is where you guys' home is. Like this is Tokyo. This is where you should definitely show it, if not at all, right? Now, the hype has to be there. It has to be there. And they laugh at me when I said that I did not want Nintendo to turn out like Sega. They laugh at me and say, look, it's not gonna turn out like Sega, but just hear me out when it comes when I'm just trying to piece this together, right? Sega lost to Sony due to the fact that Sony PlayStation's 2, they lost to their damn DVD player. It was like freaking innovative to the point where it shut out the fucking Sega, and Sega went bankrupt, and to the point where they had to, just for them to keep afloat, they had to sell their IPs to other companies and all that mess, right? Granted that. Now, I feel like if the NX don't get this hype, don't get this afloat, right? It's gonna get to that point where they're gonna lose faith in those hardcore people that was loving their consoles since the 80s, right? And I think the last console I actually liked was their GameCube. I was in love with their GameCube. I bought the Wii late. I still rock the 3DS. I didn't get the new 3DS because I don't see the point in that other than the new stick, whatever. They always got to come out with revisions and all that. So I'm not hating on Nintendo just to be hating on Nintendo. I really truly love Nintendo. I wish Nintendo just keep up with the times, keep up with the competition, instead of trying to do their own little thing, because people is not going to care about what they do at the end, at the long run, other than their hardcore fans that have been ride die with them since day one. That's great. If you're still loving their console, that's great. But you have to understand something. Excluding the Wii, every time they came out with a new console, the sales kept going down and down and down and down. It's on a decline, right? Excluding the Wii, because they were targeting the casual market, and the casual market took it. They snapped at it, they grabbed it, they hooked, line, and sinker that, right? Since then, all right, dropping sales ever since. Listen, like, you guys don't have to agree with me. This is just my opinions, right? My opinions based on, I believe, are actual. I could think I can actually back it up with facts, or something like that. But at the overall thing is, it's just my opinion. Just hear me out. They're on a decline, and if this next console is on a further decline than the Wii U itself, guess what? It's gonna go downhill from there. The Lady Water, man, like, God rest his soul, man. Like, he's a legend. He's a legend to me. So, I'm not shitting on him. You know what I mean? It's just the with the new president, and he's trying to take a new direction in this whole thing. I'm hoping that he takes it in a direction where it needs to be. Now, it doesn't have to be. I don't think it has to be on par with the PS4 and the Xbox One, but it has to be. It has to have its own legs to stand on too. You know, it's not totally like left behind in the wind of these two consoles, but it has to be up there, like close by. You know, if PS4, like as of today, is like roundabout, give or take 40 million sold, and rumor of Xbox is 18, give or take, million. You know, I would assume that the NX, if it ever came out during this era, I want it to be close to like 15 to 16 if it had to compete with the Xbox, and then maybe like 25, 30 if it had to be in between the two powerhouses. You know what I mean? Like it has to be in there close by in that range area for it to be relevant. Now, for people that love the Marios, the Zeldas, all that goodness, all the exclusives, kudos. I'm with you, right? But it also needs third party. And I mean good third party, not just random third party deals here and there and all that and burning bridges. I understand they burn bridges with a lot of these devs. I understand that. But they have to find a way to reconnect those bridges. I'm just saying, you can't expect this new console to drop and constantly just wait on exclusives. It's been proven time and time again that the bulk of the software comes from third party. Now, I understand that Nintendo probably won't get the sales from third party as much as it should, and that's only probably because that they got to believe that the console itself is going to be underpowered compared to Microsoft and Sony. But if what the rumors are saying is true, that this should be just as powerful as those two consoles, then it should be able to hold its own when it comes to third party. First party, I understand. First party, I'll get it under lockdown, lock and key. It gets that all day. It gets an automatically million plus. I understand that all day, every day. But when that drought comes between exclusive A to exclusive B, that time frame in between that, you're just gonna sit there and play that one exclusive game all day, every day to the next one drop. And what if you don't like the next exclusive? What if you're waiting for the next original exclusive that you went go buy with that you basically have to wait a whole another year for? You know what I mean? Like you need the third party. You need it. If not, definitely indies. You have to pull something in between all the exclusives so your console can stay relevant. It's vital. E3 is vital. Gamescom is vital. TGS is vital. They're vital in the regions that they host the thing in. E3 in LA, Gamescom in Germany, Tokyo Game Show in Tokyo. Those cities, those events play a vital role when you're pushing out products in the gaming industry based on that region, right? It's to get the word out in all languages. Not all languages, but Europe, European, Asian, and American. Get it out there. Like these regions are the top three regions when it comes to games and gaming sales. So why I believe it's vital is to push the marketing, to get the consumers hyped about something, to get them and invested into buying your product, right? before E3, or before people before people didn't think E3 existed, we had to rely on magazines. At least for me, in my personal opinion, I had to rely on magazines before the internet, all this stuff. I had to rely on the Game Informers, the Nintendo Power. I had to rely on those magazines to give me those latest tidbits and news. And now that we're in 2016, where we have the internet, we have streaming, video streaming, we have social media, we have all these places where we can go and actually look up gameplay, trailers, let's plays, reviews, previews, all this goodness, right? It's a way of getting hype. It's the way of getting the knowledge to invest, whether it's a console, whether it's a game, you know what I mean, and everything in between. You know, I'm trying. Forgive me for rambling on. I figure I would just make a quick video about it. Um, please sub to my channel, like the video if you like it. Um, and that's it, man. Um, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to discuss before I even end this video. And just it's just crazy to me, man. Like it's to get hype. E3 is to get hype. People told me like, oh, it don't matter. It's irrelevant. It hasn't been relevant. But if you're not gonna do it and you're not gonna spend, I don't know, millions of dollars on marketing to push your product, which I feel like that's the direction they're not going to, because they didn't do it for the Wii U. Let's just get that clear. They didn't do it as much for the Wii U. Everybody thought it was a damn peripheral. For all we know, we thought it was a damn peripheral before we actually thought, oh shit, it's an actual console. We thought the gamepad itself was the peripheral to the original Wii. E3 would have explained that if they would have came out with a spokesperson, maybe Reggie Fils-Aimé or anybody else could have came out there, would have been like, listen, we're pushing out a new console. We're pushing out the Wii U, and actually show the console, actually show the controller, actually show maybe a launch title with it, something, you know, like a little actual gameplay just to see what you actually can do with it. Now, if they would have did that, people would not thought the Wii U wasn't damn peripheral. They would have thought, oh shit, that's their new console. Since they like to do things outside the box, since they're not following the traditional, and I'm quoting here, the traditional life cycle of the console generations, you know, they're pushing it out early before everybody else can adapt and do their own thing, which is a double-edged sword in my opinion. It can help you, but it can also hurt you. Yes, it can help you in a way that, okay, you'll be ahead of the curve if you pushing your technology up there, but it can hurt you when you're not doing that, and you have these two companies, previous gen and their current gen, surpassing your current gen. If that makes sense to people, I'm trying to say it in simple terms. If your current gen, if you pushing out this current gen console, while the other two companies are pushing towards their next gen in the next few years, and then their current gen still surpassing you, as well as their next gen in the next few years drop, surpass that very same console, yes, that can fucking hurt you. It can hurt you. And that's all I'm saying. It's like, I have respect for them. I truly do. But to not show your NX, only show Zelda, which every time, it seems like every time there's an event come up, they show Zelda and then they push it back in the closet. You know what I mean? Like they push it out. Oh, wait, we'll work on it later. We'll work on it in a few months. Like, come on, man. only one game. You're gonna have a 3 to 4 day event, and you're only gonna show one thing. I said, no, as much as people want to see it, because believe you me, if I was on my way to E3, I probably would have stopped there first. To be honest with you, if I get my hands on it and just play it and be like, okay, cool, this is awesome. This is what they're doing to it. This is what is innovative to it. Okay, cool. I would have been all for it, and especially knowing it's going to be the Wii U version, which if I have my expectation of the NX and what the NX can possibly be, given to the rumors that they say could be just as powerful as PS4 and Xbox One, yeah, that would have mind blown the shit out of me once I get if I actually went to go out and got the NX and actually go and get the Zelda NX towards it. It would have been awesome for me. Had no problem with that. But when you're going out on a big stage for America, now I'm not xenophobic, nothing like that. I'm just letting y'all know this is the biggest event in America as far as gaming concerned. You're trying to push a console that's gonna spread worldwide. E3 would have been the best place to push that marketing unless you're going to spend millions of dollars on every commercial, on every network, on every freaking popular TV show that people watch, like the Walking Dead or Game of Thrones or something of that nature. Unless you're going to be pushing, or Super Bowl or friggin' the finals, NBA finals, unless you're gonna be pushing some kind of marketing scheme in that nature, which I doubt y'all gonna do. I doubt that. I wouldn't put it past you guys, but I doubt that, right? If you're gonna do that at least, then I can understand the E3 thing. If you're gonna push it, your marketing somewhere else, then I don't mind that. You ain't gonna waste money on E3 if you have other plans to market it. I can understand that if that's the direction y'all going, Nintendo, that's the direction y'all going, then I can understand that shit. For real. Heart to heart. I can understand that. But if you're not gonna market it right and you're gonna waste the opportunity for E3 or Gamescom or TGS, if you're gonna waste those opportunities to push that thing to let people in their heads know that, oh crap, we got a year because it's supposed to come out in 2017, right? Next year. Now, unless it's holiday of 2017 and you gotta wait for E3 of next year of E3 2017 to show the idea, then I can and once again, I can understand that. I can totally understand that, right? Why waste money today in the present? Because E3 is about a month away, 5 weeks to be exact. You know, why waste money now where we can just save up that money and wait for next year and drop it then, and then around the corner it'll be 3 to 6 months from actual release. That would be cool. If you're on that direction tip, then I can understand that too. But if it's early 2017, early like Q1, Q2, like before friggin' E3, I don't know. The hardcore fans, I have no doubt, will buy the system. Hardcore fans will buy the system. I'm just talking about the the ones that may have jumped ship from Nintendo to Sony or Nintendo to Xbox or Nintendo the PC. I'm talking about them. The people that would have ride or die with you, but you kept on doing dumb crap or innovative crap that you thought was supposed to be good and popular, and people didn't like it. Give or take it for what it was, whether it was good or bad, and they jump ship. I'm talking about those people, or the actual people that probably could have went to you, but because of your, some of your business practices, some of your, what you guys do in house, and y'all don't think it's good with, trying to be adaptable, then, you know, for those people, you need to hype it up for. I know the hardcore fans, the ones that constantly buy the Wii U's, the 3DSs, those guys, and I should be one of them. But I couldn't get into the Wii U. I'm sorry, I got the Wii dummy late. I want to say like maybe 3 years ago. I just bought that for dirt cheap, and I just bought it just to buy it because I think yeah, I bought it just to buy it because I'm just like, all right, whatever. I wanted to try out the last story, and then that was it. And then you know what I mean, because I'm an RPG buff, so I tried out the last story and I didn't like it too much, but I still played it. And I always buy the 3DSs because I like Fire Emblem and Pokemon series on the games. So yeah, as long as they keep on pushing those things for handheld and now Bravely Default and Bravely Second now. Again, it's gonna be another franchise I love and why I need to constantly update my 3DS to get those games. Other than that, the console itself, you have to push it. You have to push it. Yeah, like, I know Nintendo's not gonna listen to me, but maybe some of you guys that would watch this video can understand where I'm coming from with this. And I just had to get it off my chest because it's been on my chest for a minute now. And I figured this would be the best way to me to push this video rather than give you some gameplay background and me just talking over the gameplay. I want to come back to this format to let you guys know how I truly feel about it. And this is just my opinions and my thoughts about it. You guys can have a right to disagree, but at the end of the day, it's my opinion. And that's all I wanted to say about this. And yeah, that's it. That's it. I think I rambled on enough on why I believe the gaming events are very vital when you're trying to push something new. If it was something we already seen, like they already showed trailers and I mean not IP, trailers and gameplay footage, like up the yin yang, then I can understand that. But if you're pushing something brand spanking new, E3 is the best spot, as well as Gamescom and TGS. You have to push it. You have to let the people know, man. Let them know. Oh this is a console. Oh this is a what games are coming with it? Oh wow, yeah. What's the price point? Oh, for real, that much? Oh, let me go and buy it, or let me save up to go buy it. Right? It would make sense, right? It would make sense. Instead of someone just randomly just walking to Best Buy or someone just stumble upon GameStop and just sees this Nintendo NX section and was just like, wait, what's this? Like, you know what I mean? And then it doesn't really spread because it's still going to be overshadowed by maybe PlayStation Neo or Xbox, their upgradable Xbox. It still can be overshadowed, right? So why not use E3? Why not use it to your advantage? Especially if you're, I looked at the floor plans for E3. You guys have a big quarter space in there, like, and you're only going to use that for Zelda. You're not going to actually use that to push in NX. Even if it was, and I told the podcast this. Even if it was something small, even if it was something like, you know, just a little taste of what it could be. Because to this speculation, we're still believing it's a hybrid. We're still believing that it has I believe, some kind of portable controller and all this. And rumor probably is that they might even go back to cartridges instead of leaving in games on disc. Because they're claiming there's no disc drive, no optical drive, nothing like that. So just to squash the rumor crap, just let us know the concept or some kind of prototype. Even if you had to show something that probably won't necessarily be the NX, and just say, look, this is a prototype. We're working on this concept, that concept, this concept, blah blah blah. Or show us the controller. Show us something along the lines of what it can do or what it can be. People just play these games just to play these games, and I get that. People don't really worry about specs, and I get that. But if these rumors kept saying it's supposed to be just as powerful as the PS4 and the Xbox One, it has to show some form of specs that can for people to shut up about it, or at least squash the rumor of either they say, oh yeah, those specs, it matches up to those two, or it can actually be on par with those two, or it can say, wow, it could really destroy them. Or damn, oh that's the specs, that's the rumor. Oh, that's underwhelming. Look at the low specs on that. Like it's to squash the rumors so we can stop believing the rumors or the hype of rumors. I'd rather get actual factual straight out of Nintendo's mouth rather than rumors and speculations that people decide to leak or drop turns out to be fake. Like the last controller scam that people were trolling for a minute. It turns to find out that he was just copying the crap and it's an actual fake thing. He had to literally come out and say it weeks later. Oh yeah, there was a fake video or a fake footage, fake photos, all this other crap, and got people going on insane over this. Like just to squash all that, they had to come out with something, at least regarding to the NX, that just showed a friggin' Zelda game, which I'm still hyped for, but I'm just gonna get it for the NX. If the NX is promising enough for me to even go buy, that's the thing. That's the thing with me. It has to show me something like that. If it doesn't show me nothing like that, then once again, I'm gonna have to skip a Nintendo generation due to the fact of that. And I don't want to do that because I grew up with Nintendo. People got to understand, I love the Super Nintendo. To me, that was my very second favorite console of all time, back in the 90s and shit. That's my favorite fucking console of the 90s, hands down. Compare that with the Sony PlayStation 1, I would have to be on the fence with those two. Really, really do. It's like making a choice between cartridges and disc. Like, oh shit, uh PlayStation had Final Fantasy 7, but Super Nintendo had Final Fantasy 6, which are two of the most iconic Final Fantasy franchise in history. People will say 7 was the best, and people will say in the other side of that, people say 6 is the best. Me personally, I like 6 more than 7, even though I like 7 just as much. But I'll push 6 a little higher on that pedestal than Final Fantasy 7, even though I'm hype about Final Fantasy 7 remake. Just saying, right? So I'm telling you, and how did I get hyped for Final Fantasy 7 remake or Final Fantasy 15 for that matter, or Recore, or Horizon Zero Dawn? I didn't know about these games until E3 dropped. I did not know about these games until Gamescom or Tokyo Game Show. It's the events. It's the events. I don't wait for IGN. I don't wait for GameSpot because chances are they're going to tell you about the E3 footage anyway. It's the hype about it. Think about it. It's hype. That whole was it second or third week of June? That's all everybody's going to talk about. Polygon, GameSpot, IGN, Game Informer, all of them. That's all they're going to talk about. My YouTube subscription feed is going to be filled with E3 crap for that whole friggin' week. Guaranteed. I already took the week off from school. I mean, not school, from work, from that. Just to watch E3, just to watch on streaming E3. Watch what's going to happen. I guarantee you, almost guarantee you, it's going to be nothing but E3 hype. This came out. Holy crap. Oh, we're looking forward for this game. It's anticipated till holiday 2016 or early 2017. You're going to hear that. You're going to hear that nonstop for the entire friggin' week of E3. Till Gamescom comes around, I believe, August. I'm telling you right now. it's gonna be to that point where everybody's gonna be talking about E3, and then I'm gonna make this other video, or maybe if the podcast I wasn't originally in will probably come back around and invite me there once again. You know, I was being respectful about things. You know, I was just trying to be cool about things. And even though I got my opinions across, and even though we left on a good note, and I want to keep it on a good note, but I just wanted to, you know, reiterate my opinions and my thoughts about the whole entire thing. Shout out to them, by the way. They're awesome people, awesome group, and duo. The rest of you guys are awesome. Um, just you know, it's just it's vital. Even though even gaming events was on a decline for the past couple of years, but when my first E3 that I actually watched, I never went to one, but I wish I could. If I can go to one, I can die happy as a gamer, right? First one I watched was I think back in '05 when it was on G4 TV channel, right? Blew my mind. Didn't know they had an event like this. Didn't know what was going on. Like, oh wow, they showing a lot of great stuff. I was making sure I got dates and times and you know what game was coming out for what console and make sure I got those consoles. Like everything was like now. Like, I understand nowadays it's on a decline, but I'm telling you, man, even though it's on a decline, needs. It's still vital. It's a way of marketing. Like I said before, it's a way of pushing your product. It's a way of getting the people, the masses, to know what the hell are you selling. And if it's a game, what the gameplay is or what the trailer is. So we can have an understanding of what that IP is. If it's not a reoccurring IP, right? And if you're pushing a hardware, it's to get the people to understand that this is your hardware. This is what will be coming in the next couple of months, maybe a year or two from now. This is a way of telling them, listen, this is what it looks. You may or may not have a price point. And if you do have a price point, get people to be like, all right, I need to save this 3, 4, 5, 600 bucks to get this product. Right? Not wait till like last friggin' minute. Because guarantee you, if you're waiting around holidays, especially around Black Friday and Christmas and all that, chances are people already spend money on other things. E3 is the perfect time because it's in the summer. Give them 5, 5 to 6 months to save up their money. Hurry up and push out, pay their bills. Hurry up and push out the pocket, pocket the rest, keep it in their wallets. Go to GameStop, sorry, GameStop, Best Buy, wherever their retail is, Amazon, whatever. Put down money payments. Every time they got 100, oh, let me drop it on that. Drop it on that. Layaway shit. Drop it on that. Or let me trade in my old console and get this newer console. Drop the rest of that money. Boom. It's a way of getting them hyped for it. Without E3, without Gamescom, without Tokyo Game Show, I'm sorry, Nintendo. I really, truly hope you turn out well in this E3 week. Because I can't even call it E3 with you guys. I can't do it. If you're only going to show this one game throughout that whole event, like I can't, it's not an E3 event. You're supposed to be showing like everything. What you're currently working on, what you're planning on working on. If you're not doing none of those things, which we're all ecstatic about the NX, we're all thinking you're going to talk about that, and then to tell IGN and GameSpot early, like you're not doing that. Like I was at work when I seen the video about that. I was like, wait, hold up, they're not showing the NX. I clicked on that. I listened to the videos on both IGN, GameSpot, I believe Polygon, but I'm not sure about Polygon, but definitely on the other two. I listened to those and I'm like, you got to be kidding me, guy. You got to be kidding me. Not showing the new console, not showing anything about it, not even a tidbit, not even a little bit, not even a piece of it. Yeah, quoting from Viserys, not even a piece of it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You got to show something, at least a little tiny bit. Little tiny bit. Without that, you can't do crap. I just hope you have a marketing strategy that will push it even further and even bigger than E3 can ever do, because I feel like that's your only hope. And I truly hope I'm wrong about this. I truly hope so, because I want y'all to do well. I need y'all to succeed. Competition is good for everybody. Everybody would tell you that. Everybody and their mother would tell you that. Competition is good for everybody. If you're not competing, get the hell out the way. That's all I'm saying. You're gonna be left in the dust, and people are not gonna care. You're declining. You have to understand something. Like for people that try to bash on me about this, you gotta understand. Nintendo's on a decline, excluded from the Wii. The Wii is the only thing that pushed it up, but it went back down further after that. Sales after sales, lifetime sales was on a decline every gen, excluding the Wii, every single gen. You have to realize that, dude. And everyone who may or may not agree or disagree with my terms on this, or my opinions on this, I should say. I want them to scale up. I want them to incline, not decline. I need them to rise up. I need them to be the phoenix that they are. Rise from these ashes, my dude. And revive and be able to strive and shut all the rumors up, shut all the haters up, right? Push out a good ass Mario game, which you've been doing. Push out Zelda, which we've been still waiting for, but I know once it's out, I know it's gonna be good. That's one thing I can say about Nintendo that these other two motherfuckers did not do well of, and that every time they push out a game, it works. It never came. Their games never come out broken. So I know once Zelda actually comes out, I know it's gonna sell. I know it's gonna run good. That's why I don't have no problems with Nintendo software. To me, Nintendo software is awesome. In my opinion, it's the best out of the three. Best out of the three. I'm excluding PC. I'm excluding PC because y'all in a league on your own. Not to hate on y'all guys, because I'm not hating on you guys. Y'all in a league on your own, man. This is strictly for consoles because I'm a strictly console gamer. Just saying. Now, telling you all day. Just had to get it off my chest, man. Just had to get it off my chest. Hopefully, you guys can disagree. If y'all agree, like the video if you like it. I don't really care if you dislike it, but if you at least dislike it, at least comment on below and say why the you dislike the video. You feel me? Be a man about it, or be a grown woman about it, and let me know in the comments below if y'all really hate my video on this. Being honest, truth, real talk, and I will. If y'all want to have a one-on-one discussion, video response, you can do all that. Do all that. If I'm free, if I'm available, if I'm not at work or nothing like that, we can definitely get it on. We can definitely get it on popping. That's all I'm saying. Verbally. Just saying. Um, the next few days, Uncharted will be coming out. I already have my pre-order. You know what I mean? It's gonna probably preload tomorrow. I'm already ready for it. Set for it. Oh man. What was that? Tuesday? Uh, I might be doing two. I might be doing two game saves, right? I'm doing one for strictly for Twitch, and I'm gonna do one strictly for YouTube. So those who don't follow me on YouTube, follow me on Twitch, Serpent20, same handle, and vice versa. Also, I will be giving out my first impression review or at least my first impression after my first 15 hours of gameplay with it. Single player. Uh, I might do two separate, one for single player, one for multiplayer. Um, it will be on the. I'll just let you guys know. I'm basically going to be doing Uncharted next week during the week of the 10th. So look forward to that. And I'm out of here, guys. Peace out. You guys been wonderful. Please sub to my channel. Search for Crimson Serp on YouTube. You guys been great, and I'm out. Peace.